Welcome, everybody, to the Pipeline Podcast. My name is Kevin, your host. This is Cameron, your co-host. And we're here with Jaison today, one of the mainstays.
You gotta talk here, Jaison?
No.
He never does.
No.
I don't know why we asked that. We should just do his intro for him.
Let's see if Jaison can do a better intro. You ready, Jay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I say the same thing as Kevin?
Yeah, hit it up. Let's go.
Okay.
What one and only exclusive intro from Jaison right here.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Pipeline Podcast, everybody. My name is Jaison, your host today. Here with Kevin and Cameron. How you guys doing today?
All right, listen here, you little shit. You can't do my intro better than me.
But today we're talking about, there's a new thing going around on the web that I've been following because I'm a Disney park fanatic.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
Here
talking
we go
about
again.
that Disneyland
Yep.
stuff. But they are adding this new online service to their app called Disney Genie. And it's supposed to replace their Fast Pass system, their physical Fast Pass system, mind you, which was free. You would walk into the park with your ticket, scan your Fast Pass, or scan your ticket in a Fast Pass machine, and give you a Fast Pass. I have a poster built with all of our Fast Passes for the last time we had went. But
Not intricate enough.
yeah, now it's no longer a thing. But and
So,
it's also good.
Okay, what's the difference here? What's Genie do that's like
He was
different?
getting there.
Yeah, I'm getting it. They had a thing on the app as well called Max Pass that's also being replaced by Genie. So just to kind of give you the lowdown of like what they have in order on what Genie does, because the basic app will have Genie, but then you can pay extra to get Genie Plus, and I will kind of go into detail about the difference between the two. There isn't really much of a difference. You'll get the same stuff with Genie Plus as you do Genie. You just get extra stuff on top of it.
Of course.
And so some of the features for Genie is you get updates from your morning till nighttime. So when you get set up on Genie, you pick the types of rides you like, the types of like the land you like, attractions, so on and so forth. And Genie helps you build your day. Like it will tell you, like, say you really like the Cars ride, it will send you a notification being like, hey, right now the line's the slowest it's been all day. And so it gives you those notifications of, like, you know,
So they're
what's
not
available.
fast passes. It's just like
We're getting there.
Okay, all right.
We're getting to that, yeah.
Okay.
But that's just
So
like
one of the features.
yeah, this is one of the features they got.
Okay.
Uh,
Well, that's I'm gonna give like a little bit like that's cool.
Yeah.
Like the fact that I mean it's something that's always kind of been needed. I've always felt like that's something that would have been useful like when we first went.
yeah, to have
You know?
our favorite rides.
Because
like-
we'd always look it up walking through the park.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you'd pull up your phone and be like, oh, this ride has, you know, like a 20-minute wait. That's faster than, you know, the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, which is like 47.
Yeah.
And later in the day, it'd be like 27 wait time for Guardians. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
It has, speaking like what you were talking about, it says at first glance when you open your app, it's another feature, it will tell you the times of your favorite rides right away. So you don't, like what you were just saying, you don't have to surf through
Yeah.
the map itself and find the ride and click on it and so on and so forth.
That's cool.
And Disney Genie brings existing planning features together in one place. So, like, for example, it helps with maintaining reservations.
Yeah.
And more so for Disney World, because most restaurants in Disney World you have to have reservation. Only a few at Disneyland you have to have reservation, like the Cantina. It's not Olga, it's Ola or something like that. People add the G because it's easier to say, but her cantina, the Star Wars Ladies Cantina, you have to have a reservation to go into. Same with one other place that's in California Adventure. It's called Pixar something. It's some kind of restaurant that's on Pixar Pier, like right when you walk onto it. And so those are some of the like free options you get from it. Mm-hmm. Those are the things that come with the Genie. And then so Genie Plus, for the price of $15 per ticket and per day for Walt Disney World, and $20 per ticket and per day for Disneyland, choose the next available time to arrive at a variety of attractions, experiences using Lightning Lane entrances, which Lightning Lane now is Fast Pass. They're changing the name because they're changing the name because everybody knew FastPass is a free thing.
Yes.
And so
now you have to.
Yeah. Now since it's
it.
since you're paying for it, it's something else.
Which, I mean, you paid for anyway, right?
Yeah. Well, I paid for MaxPass last time I went because it was a fun thing. It was a quick option. It was easier. So what MaxPass did, which was really cool, is MaxPass had its own set of like fast passes on it. That because fast passes were limited in the park, like there was only so many fast passes they gave in a certain time period. The app had its own limit amount of fast passes, in the sense of like, say for example, when me and Nicole went, we were walking past the Matterhorn. The Matterhorn was like a 50-minute wait that day, and all their fast passes were sold out for Matterhorn. I pulled up the app. There was fast passes available on the app for 5 minutes, and like to activate in 5 minutes. So of course I went with the fast pass because I only had to wait 5 minutes. I didn't have to wait 50 minutes to get in the line. So that was one cool feature with MaxPass, is they had extra fast passes that went over the regular fast pass lanes and all that.
Yeah.
But from what it seems like with Genie, since they're completely getting rid of fast passes, that's no longer going to be a thing. It's going to be limited to whatever is available on the app.
Gotcha. So would you say that's a better thing, or would you?
I would say it's a little bit of both. So it's a better thing in the sense of course, crowd control. Like, it helps crowd control. So I feel like it's better that way. But the fact that now you have to pay for it, I think it's kind of redundant.
Yeah, I was going to say that. That's a little... Because you're already paying, so... I paid $10 for a corn dog. And I got 2 of them. And that was, like, at the time, that was a good 20% of what I had. And I was like, for a good-ass corn dog.
It was a smoking corn dog.
Oh, my God. They were so good. But you're already paying so much. The fact that you have to pay now to get...
Yeah.
Like, these kinds of services that were already, like, basically free to the public. They had to go through a couple more steps to get fast passes.
Yeah.
But, like, it was possible. And there were times that they were sold out, but it was still free.
Yeah, it was still a free option. And so, like, continuing on what it says, you can only make one selection at a time. So if you get a fast pass, you can't get another fast pass till that one ran out, which they had originally. That's what they had for fast pass originally. You can only have one fast pass at a time, and the same thing with Lightning Lane. You can only have one at a time until your one runs out. And from the classics like Haunted Mansion to thrill rides of Big Thunder Mountain, newer attractions like Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run, all convenient with the Disney Plus system replacing Max Pass. Disney Plus will also include Disney Parks themed audio experiences and photo features that capture your memories. So like with Max Pass, you get Photo Pass. That's kind of what you're getting here. What it is if you pay extra for Disney Genie Plus, you get a thing on your phone where you can type in because each picture you get on rides has a little code. You type your code into the app and it downloads the picture onto your phone. So you don't have to go up and pay for it at the counter for a physical copy. Now you can just download the pictures onto your phone from the screens and whatnot, which they had before.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
A neat little feature. And, see, individual attraction selections. So this one's a little bit wonky. Schedule a time to arrive at up to 2 highly demanded attractions. They're talking about, there's one attraction at Disney World that's always a long line, just like at Disneyland. Disneyland has the Cars ride. It's always long. So at Disney World, the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train at the Magic Kingdom and then Radiator Springs at California Adventure are subjected to limited availability attractions not included with Disney Genie Plus. Pricing for this option will vary by date of the attraction, which means if you want a Lightning Lane pass for either one of those attractions, you have to pay extra on top of your Genie Plus payment.
Which, that's milking a cow.
Yeah, that's milking it right there. But Lightning Lane selections will be made on the same day as your visit. It could be used across multiple different theme parks. So in the sense of, if you have a park hopper, you can Lightning Lane in Disneyland, and then when it runs out, you can Lightning Lane in California Adventure. So while the Fast Pass and Fast Pass Plus and Disney Max Pass services will be retired, we're incredibly excited to do Disney Genie, yada yada. So, in my opinion, it's not. I'm not 100% upset with it because it is a cool feature. It's a cool app, and I liked MaxPass. What I don't like is they're stripping Fast Passes. I don't like that for the bigger attractions, the ones that have severe wait times, you have to pay even more to go there because I feel like it would be a little bit. So if they completely stripped Fast Passes but made like those 2 rides completely free for the Fast Passes, that seems like it would be a little bit more helpful and not taken away because those lines are always obnoxiously long. Like I believe when we went May of 2017, I think is when we went, right? 2017, 2018?
I think it was 2018. 2017.
2017. So yeah, in May of 2017 when we had went, the entire time we were there, Cars line was 120 minutes max. The entire time.
Dude, that was ridiculous, but at the same time worth it.
Yeah,
in my eyes, for how simple it was and short.
Yeah,
it was worth it.
The Cars ride was extremely fun. I had to convince you guys. I was like, we gotta go on
dude.
this.
You
were hyped. Nicole and Zelly had to convince. We have to get on this ride.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
It was a good ride, but I feel like those rides though, with that obnoxious of a wait time constantly, I feel like it would work better in their favor and in everybody else's favor if they left the regular FastPass system for those.
I want to get into, like, because I'm in a rant.
Yeah.
This is going to be more of a rant, but I want to know, because Jaison hasn't said a goddamn thing. What are you thinking right now?
Cameron has spoken more words in this brief time than we have done over any of our podcasts altogether. I don't think Cameron took a breath. I don't think Cameron took a breath.
I'm trying to catch my breath right now.
His face was red, dude. Vein was popping out of his neck.
I'm slightly congested, so it's even worse at the moment. No.
It's drooling with snot.
Cameron is struggling for air.
I smoke.
Dang.
Oh my god.
Let me let him out real fast. Oh my god.
That sounds like just Cameron catching
go
his
kill
breath.
Somebody.
That was me trying to catch my breath is smoky.
The only thing I kind of worried about is like since stuff is, do you think it's just gonna end up being like a money creep type of thing? Like it's just gonna progressively become more expensive to do these types of things?
Do what? Let's say the question again.
His controller cut out.
Yeah, I heard the very last bit of that question.
Okay, like do you like think that since they're doing away with the free stuff, right?
Yeah.
And making it a paid service, do you think like they're just gonna raise the prices like steadily over the future for those types of like luxuries?
I hope not, but like
it's inevitable.
At the same time, it is inevitable. They had it with MaxPass, and MaxPass has been a thing for like 3 or 4 years now, and they never raised the prices for it. But granted, they're severely in the dirt right now.
Well,
because of COVID, they still had to test all the rides during the year closure. They still had to pay specific employees to go into the park and clean the park and still, to keep it maintained. Because they had to, they have to make sure that the rides are still good to go, the attractions are good. Because, like, for example, because of like the lack of attention in some of the attractions, when Disneyland had reopened, the Matterhorn actually, they had found out that it was rotting eternally. So they started like deconstructing everything in the Matterhorn and like putting it back together because it was just a mess. Mm-hmm. Like it had gotten so bad to the degree that they like stopped talking about it, and people thought they were retheming the Matterhorn because it was that bad. Oh. But the Matterhorn's back up and running. It's fine.
I mean, it still gives people whiplash, but...
Yeah, no, it's still going to break your fucking back, but... It's still going to treat you like you're a wet noodle.
So, in summary, the answer to Jason's question, is it more efficient or, like...
So, in summary, I feel like...
it's going to rise?
In summary, I don't think it's going to rise in price. Reason being, it's because from what I've been, like, listening to the community, most people hate this. a lot of people are really despising this, and it's for reasons like what we did when we went to Disneyland. We collected all of our fast passes. Mm-hmm. People loved doing that shit when they go to Disneyland because it's a free thing, and it has, you know,
it has
all
more value.
Yeah.
Than like, I don't
know.
Wait.
What do you mean collect? Like,
so
because I don't know anything about this.
They give you little.
Go ahead.
Okay. So they give you these little tickets when you go up to this machine.
Yeah.
That'll let you get into the ride you're at faster, but like it's only there for a limited time. So you go up to these and they print out a little ticket after you scan the thing on your phone, and these little physical tickets have like their logo on the top of them, and they're like cardboard kind of tickets. They're neat. Mm-hmm. They're a little neat, and since they have the logo on the ticket, like what Cameron did is he framed it. He put it on a plastic or what.
Yeah, we took like a cutout of like a pizza box, and we glued all the tickets onto the pizza box, and we framed around it, and like we were all like excited to do this. Like even Kevin was just collecting tickets. Like we wanted to get an actual Radiator Springs ticket with like the time and stuff on it, but Radiator Springs was just constantly sold out. So we still went to the Fast Pass ticket, and you could put your card in, and it would spit out a ticket saying no times available, but it would still have the logo on it. And so that's what we got, and because we just decided to make it a goal to go around and collect.
Yeah, now they're taking that away.
Yeah,
like losing the value of just the experience.
Yeah, it's the simple things basically. Like you're losing the simple sentimental stuff that you would go do.
Kevin,
just because it was a free option.
Cameron?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. He's echoing a bit.
I can mute myself. Hold on, wait. There we go. Hey, wait, we're good. I got it.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, you have any other questions, Jay?
Yeah, I just think it's weird. Okay, like I don't know. I'm not for it because how much did you say it was? 15 per person per day?
It's 15 for Disney World, 20 at Disneyland.
Okay.
So if we were to go when we go in September, we'd have to pay 20.
20 per person, right? So that's
$80.
You guys will be dropping $80 extra per day.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That is a lot, and you're already.
That's
I'm going to rant mode.
Yeah. A family of 4, that's pretty common. I think that's average.
Yeah.
So like a family has to suddenly drop $80 per day extra to get what used to be free.
Yes, yeah, but like they I guess they have more benefits. Like it'll say. Like you said, it'll say when your ride, like your favorite ride, has the least amount of wait time.
Oh no, that's free.
Oh,
that option's free. What you're paying for, so
fast passes.
Yeah, so when me and Nicole had went, I decided because we were only there for a day to drop the $40 to get us Max Pass, which at the time is what Genie Plus is. Max Pass lets you put Fast Passes on your phone, so you didn't have to go to the Fast Pass booth, and it gives you more options to Fast Pass, yada yada. But now, what's kind of put me off on it is like I was telling you before.
How is that free, but you have to pay for Genie?
What do you mean?
You say you have to pay for Genie.
Oh no, so when you download the Disneyland app, Genie is free. Genie Plus. Yeah.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. Genie Plus is what you have to pay extra for. And what you're paying extra for is for the Fast Passes and for Photo Pass. Photo Pass is a whole separate thing.
Yeah, and that's a cool bundle.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I think Photo Pass is $10 per day. I think that Photo Pass is $10 per day. So you're basically paying $10 more to get Photo Pass and Fast Passes.
Gotcha.
Which is Lightning Lane now.
Go ahead, Jason.
Okay, I might have missed Photo Pass and what that does.
It lets you collect your photos from the rides like instantly to your phone.
Yeah, like on Splash Mountain, for example, when you go down the waterfall and it snaps your picture. When you go to the picture booth, it has your picture up on the booth, and it has a little code at the bottom of the picture. You can pull up your app, type in that code, and it will download the photo onto your phone. And that's what Photo Pass allows.
I like that one.
That's cool.
That one's good. That's a nice one.
Another thing they have, too, with Photo Pass is, I don't know if they're doing it right now because of COVID, but they had a thing, there's people that will stand, like Disney cast members that will stand in like popular photo spots and take a picture for you with a really nice camera, and then they would scan the photo onto a QR code that then you scan onto your phone, and then it downloads onto your phone if you have PhotoPass.
Okay.
That's cool, that's good. Yeah, you get a lot of money's worth out of that one.
Yeah. And they, of course, it doesn't bother Disney much because it's digital. They're not using their money to print out stuff and put it on paper and stuff. But like I like physical copies of pictures too. Like Kevin's very first time being on Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I have that framed.
I love that picture.
I have that framed. My face was like a stoned what the fuck moment.
Dude, you can't see it in the picture, but Kevin's arm turned into an anchor on I could not move. Kevin just latched.
I remember at the end he was like, "You made me lose all blood circulation to my arm, dude. You had like a vice grip."
And then the second time we go on it, Kevin's just like a little kid, hands up in the air, not giving two shits.
I wasn't expecting the seatbelts to loosen. The fact that they fucking loosened, it made me feel like I was flying out of my seat. I didn't like that. I was not prepared. Sorry if I shit my pants a little bit. Nobody prepared me.
The best part is Kevin didn't only have a death grip on my arm, but he had a death grip on the cage.
Oh, dude, I thought I was done. Because like at a certain point, my ass was like at your fucking like elbow. And I was like, wait, I am way fucking too high up. What is going on?
The best part is like the reason why that happened, it's because I told you before we got on the ride. Yeah, whenever my dad rides this ride, he likes to loosen his seatbelt a little bit for the ride. And Kevin was just like, okay. And so I think what was going through Kevin's head, he was like, I'm going to kind of be like Cameron's dad. I'm going to loosen my seatbelt and see what happens.
I was mid-peak. I was tripping, dude. I was tripping hard. So, like, in my head, I was like, it's not that bad. And then my ass goes above your elbow. I was like, oh, God. I'm looking down at you as we're falling. Oh, what the fuck?
Kevin's just like in his head, I believe I can fly.
No, dude.
Kevin entered the Matrix right there.
Kevin's just on a whole nother planet.
All right.
But yeah, so I'm guessing, Jason, on your opinion on this whole Genie Plus thing is like you're not for it because the services were free and now they're getting rid of all the free services?
I am not for it because I think it's just gonna go up in price over time.
Yeah, I get you.
I think it's a test. It's a testing ground to see what people are willing to pay.
Yeah.
And if they get enough people paying $20, why wouldn't they charge $30 and so on?
I get you.
So I do think that's lame. Like when you're getting something extra out of it, like the picture thing, right? Like you get a thing downloaded onto your phone that you can have. Or like there's other places, like I think zoos and stuff might have like pictures and they actually hand you like a physical copy and stuff, things like that. Like those are cute because it's like merchandise.
It's more sentimental value than
anything
from your trip.
It's a whole memory thing.
Yeah, the pass is just to get you through to the ride faster, but that doesn't do a whole lot.
No.
And is it limited availability on the Genie Plus passes, or is everyone going to be able to do it?
I'm guessing it's because they would have to crowd control. Like, they would have to control the amount of fast passes they go out. Otherwise, they're just going to be another line.
How much you want to bet it's random? How much you want to bet it, like, tells random, like, a certain amount of people randomly, like, hey, your favorite ride's up, but only, like, set amount of people. But, like, another time when the ride's got a low line, you won't get that, but another person would.
Yeah. That's it. I don't know, it's real weird. Like, I'm very indifferent about it because, like, I loved Max Pass, but the option of the free Fast Pass thing was nice too. Like, to be 100% honest with you guys, when I was planning on taking us all to Disneyland September 2020, I was planning on buying Max Pass every single day for every single day we went, because when me and Nicole went, we walked on to every single ride. Completely no problem. And, like, granted, I feel like that had happened because we had went to the exact same day that Galaxy's Edge opened. So everybody was at Galaxy's Edge and nobody was in the main park because most people had reservations to go there and check out the land. And if you had a set amount of time to be there, they were there all day.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why it was so small, crowded, and limited. But even then, like the whole fast pass thing, like I said, it was fun to do. It was fun to go around just to collect passes. Like we at one point we were having so much fun doing it, we ignored going onto the rides, and we just started like, which fast pass don't we have? Let's go get that fast pass. And then, like, we ended up doing that. And it's just because it was a free thing to do and it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Kevin was saying. It's like a little merch thing that you get for the adventure of like going and like enjoying your time there. But now you're just like bidding war, basically, and not getting anything in like reciprocation.
Yeah, I've been holding myself back.
Yeah, go on your rant, Kevin.
So Disney, let's say, like on average, they own so many companies at this point. They're basically the monopoly of like business.
Yeah.
They're a success in every which way possible. And they have overtaken the industry by storm. Let's say they make, on average, I'm guessing, about hundreds of trillions of dollars each day. And yes,
well, I don't know about trillions a day, but
I would say
it's probably billions.
I would say close. It's a ridiculous amount of money.
Oh yeah,
like
they make
over abundance. So they have all these different companies under their hand. They have streaming service now that has like
oh my god,
billions of people now own it. It's so widespread.
And they charge what, $30 for early access to a movie?
Why the fuck are they making people pay about like what? How much did you pay a ticket?
$20 per ticket per day.
No.
Oh, like an actual ticket?
An
actual ticket. So it's actually not that bad right now, but that's due to COVID. Right now, one ticket for one park is $107. One ticket per day for Park Hopper is $157.
So you want to get the maximum experience.
Yeah.
We go Park Hopper, right? So $150 a ticket. You're putting into that. You are paying.
Let me stop you right there real quick. Just so you have this knowledge in your head too. Park Hoppers at the moment don't activate till 1 p.m. So you're stuck at the park. You're stuck at the park you start at till 1:00 p.m. Then you can start park hopping.
Like you're not stuck in Disneyland though. Like you're not like you could go to California Adventure. So just be stuck there till.
Yeah, no. So say you go to California Adventure, you cannot go to Disneyland till 1 p.m.
Gotcha.
And if you go to Disneyland, you can't go to California Adventure till 1 p.m. I just want you to have that knowledge.
Well, you pay $150 for a ticket, right?
Yeah.
And you go with multiple people, so you're paying for a family of 4. Would be about fucking over $700 for that, right?
Yeah.
So not only that, you're getting a hotel room, and if you get it at Disneyland, it's way more.
Oh yeah.
So add that onto it. You're already in $1,000.
Yeah.
At this point for the hotel room, and
that's for one day. This is all for one day.
All for one day. So you want to play this trip with your family. You are expensing out of your ass. And already, you need to eat. So there's food expenses there, but the food there is, like I said, $10 a corn dog.
Yeah.
A singular corn dog. I don't care how big. I don't care if your corn dog is bigger than the horses that, like my friend's ranch. I don't care if it's bigger than its dick. Right? It better not cost me over $7. Don't waste my time. As good as it can be, Gordon Ramsay himself could make it. It could be brought down by heavens. And if God told me I had to pay $20 for that corn dog, I'd be like, I'm sorry, bro. I can't do this. You're asking way too much for...
I'm now an atheist.
So they're making so much money on all these families doing it. Why the fuck do they need to do this and make people spend more money just for fast passes? I get the picture thing. I would do that for the picture thing alone, but the fast passes specifically, it just seems like an undercut compared to the other one.
Yeah.
And that's what pisses me off the most.
The picture thing is worth it. The picture thing is totally worth it.
But of like the fast pass, people like, because there are people out there who just don't care. Like they'll go by themselves and they just don't care about their picks.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But like those people like don't overcharge them for something. You should have put that in the Genie.
So you want me to tell you something that's a little bit counteractive on that?
Huh.
I actually learned this. I didn't know that this was true, and I did research on myself because I had heard it, and it was from my cousin Jaison. You know Anthony, my cousin Anthony.
Yes.
He's a real smart kid, and he does research. Right. He is an IT director for an entire hospital right now, so he's a real smart guy. In 2019, he had told me when we were all walking around Disneyland, because I was having the same rant that you were having right now, like the prices are ridiculous, this is crazy, you know, gift shops charge way too much for a basic t-shirt, yada yada, and he told me Disneyland itself hasn't turned a profit in over 14 years.
Seriously?
Yes.
How?
Disneyland's park, so in the revenue that Disneyland collects, in the amount of expenses they pay to fix their rides, to expand attractions, to make to clean, to pay their employees, they haven't turned a profit in the amount they make in over 14 years.
You think they need to, though?
No, they don't. That's why. So the whole thing is he was doing a lot of research on it and wondering, like, well, if they haven't turned a profit for these parks in so many years, why do they just keep pouring millions of dollars into making these things like Galaxy's Edge? I think it cost them like $15 million to build the entirety of Galaxy's Edge. And like Rise of the Resistance, I believe, was a $7.5 million ride. Like, I think it costed that much. And it costed that much because when they had first tried to open the ride, they had realized, oh crap, we put the sensors too far into the ground and the ride's not working. So they had to spend an extra couple $100,000 to rip up the entire ground again and replace the sensors. So they dropped even more money than they expected on this land, right? But the whole thing is, he as he was doing research on it, they keep it because it's a perfect marketing ploy. Because when people experience Disneyland and not much of the movies, but they see Disney slapped on something, their mind goes to that magical place they had went to when they were kids, or that great place they went to with their family.
Yeah.
That's where their brain goes when they see that Disney logo slap onto movies. So they keep it as a marketing point. Disneyland, Disney World, all the other Disney parks is marketing. They keep it for a giant marketing thing to bring in that money.
It's just super manipulative, and that's what like really grinds my gears. Is like how
we're losing Jaison, and he's come in and out. Oh, your controller was off. He's just going back and forth. Hold on, I'll invite him again right now.
Keep going.
Alright, Jaison, sorry. Kevin's controller turned off this time, so that's what happened. It wasn't you.
Okay, yeah.
That's the thing that pisses me off the most, though, is just like the manipulation for people that have already poured so much into this.
Yeah.
Like, to just charge them so much for, like, just... The picture thing is cool.
Yeah.
But the Fast Passes, they should have just made that in Genie.
Yeah. They should have...
They undercut the Fast Passes so hard. But at the same time, like, it's a manipulation tactic to make people spend more money.
Yeah. And then, also on top of the fact, remember, I don't know if Seven Dwarfs Mine Train ever got a Fast Pass, but Radiator Springs had a free Fast Pass. You can get a Radiator Springs Fast Pass for free before Genie, and now you have to pay extra on top of the $20 you'll pay for Genie to get that Fast Pass.
Yeah.
Not only that, so jumping back and forth on these Fast Pass ideas, Kevin, you haven't experienced this yet, and I know about it so much because I've done a whole bunch of research on it, and I want to make sure, that when we go, we have max experience when we go to Disneyland and California Adventure. They have this new thing now at Disneyland called virtual queues. So for their new Star Wars Rise of the Resistance ride and their new Spider-Man ride, there's a thing now when every morning at 7 a.m. you have to apply for a boarding group on the app, and it gives you a number. And it's basically when they call that number, you go into line to get on the ride. People now can pay extra to force themselves onto the ride with Genie Plus. So now it's
pay to win.
It's turning into pay to win. But what I've been hearing theories about this, and I hope it's true, because guys, prepare for a lot of this footage. We're gonna go to Boogie Bash, the first night of Boogie Bash. We're going to, and I have been hearing rumors because the new Spider-Man ride requires a virtual queue entry. Mm-hmm. But I had heard with Boogie Bash, it's just gonna be standby, which means you just get in line like all the other rides.
Which is sick.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that's the case because we can hit this bitch up like crazy. Yeah. We can get on that ride a lot. So, and you've been on Toy Story Mania, right? I told you what the ride was like.
Yeah.
Jason, listen to this. I think you're going to like this a lot. The new Spider-Man ride that they had put in California Adventure is a ride where you get into a cubicle, and the cubicle shoots webs at like fake screens, LED 3D screens. It shoots web at screens at animatronics that are creatures that are on the screens. And the cubicle you get in detects where your hands are and how they move and shoots the webs depending on how your arms move.
That's so sick. It's augmented reality.
Yeah, it's completely augmented reality. No controls, no nothing. All you do is move your arms. And another thing, this is definitely pay to win. Like 100%. It's DLC for this ride, but I'm always considered buying it. I'm not sure yet. You can buy toys, web shooter toys, and or Iron Man blaster toys.
Oh, I love the Iron Man blasters.
You can buy them at the shop right next to the ride, and you can take the toys onto the ride and switch it to a mode where it works with the ride. So you're shooting webs with your web shooters or Iron Man blast on the ride.
That's sick.
See, I'm not against that. I'm not against that because it's merchandise. You get to take it home with you.
Yeah, no. and they work like how those toys would work. Like the web shooters, it's a string that shoots out and then it sucks itself back up. Mm-hmm. So it's a constant thing. And the I think the coolest part about it too is they have like 2 or 3 different web shooters, and each web shooter that when you take onto the ride, it does something different.
I want a black one, like a Miles Morales one.
Yeah, Miles Morales one.
The electro webs or whatever he's got.
Yeah, they have that. They have electro web shooter. And
That's sweet.
They also, since I know you like Miles Morales so much, they have a callback to him not on the ride, but there's his. It's spray painted in Miles's graffiti artwork. His name, Miles, across the side of the building.
Yeah.
So it's really callbacks.
I want to be clear on that, by the way. I think like Miles Morales in Into the Spider-Verse is probably my all-time favorite interpretation of Miles Morales.
Yeah.
I the comic books are cool. I like the suit in the comics. That's why I like him as a
red and black suit.
It's really cool. Dude, it's sick. It's sick. And I liked his dynamic with his family.
Yeah.
That was cool to see.
Yeah.
And I liked how much more of a learning process it took him.
Yeah.
Because it like, for him to just be snapped into it like, so fast.
It's because in the movie, you know, he had somebody he had to become, like, almost instantly. You know, it wasn't like a build-up like how Spider-Man did. He didn't build up to get to his point. He had to become Spider-Man right away.
And so I only love Miles Morales in the Into the Spider-Verse series. Movie.
I liked him in the games. I liked Miles' story.
Spider-Man in the PS4 game is my all-time favorite Spider-Man in any universe ever.
So good.
And like I had a very big fight in my head about Tobey Maguire versus Tom Holland. But I think it just made more sense to choose Tom Holland because he portrays a child better. Yeah.
So, Tobey Maguire portrays that nerdy part of Spider-Man very, very well.
And the bitchy part.
Yeah, the bitchy part and annoying. But Tom Holland just has the, modern kid attitude that makes you connect with him more.
And his aunt's hot.
No. But,
yeah, Tobey was really good as, an independent type of, character. In his own thing. I really enjoy him how he did it. I think it's kind of equivalent to the Dark Knight because it's not attached to any other DC thing.
Yeah,
it's just its own thing.
Yeah.
I think that's how that Spider-Man does well on its own. And it was the first one, so it didn't have anything to base it off of. I love how every Spider-Man incarnation after Tobey has at least one time where they like have to hold something together with all their webs.
Yeah. Oh, dude! Fun fact: Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is the only Spider-Man ever, like still to this day, to have natural webbing.
Yeah, that produces his own webs.
Yeah.
Yep. He's the only one, even in the series. You know,
I hope
Wolverine.
they keep that in the movie where he comes in, like the Doctor Strange.
Is that
movie
gonna be a thing? I keep hearing that's rumors.
It's back and forth because of the images that were surfacing on the internet. Nobody knows if it's true or not. I hope it's true, but I don't know because it's constantly back and forth.
I don't think it will be true, but if it does, it'll blow my mind.
Yeah.
There's a lot of a lot of Spider-Verse stuff in his comic series, so like it would be cool if they actually went through with it.
Well, no, that world Spider-Man.
Oh.
Yeah, Spider-Man has a lot of different Spider-Man that he interacts with in different comic variations. So it would be cool if they actually brought that in, especially because they talked about different universes like 616 where
and
Mysterio came from.
Yeah, and Doctor Strange has his movie coming out about the multiverse. So that's where it's theorizing that Tobey's showing up.
Okay, I thought it was going to be the second Spider-Verse movie, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me as to why they'd pick up his actor.
No. So those images started surfacing from accusations that they were images taken from the new Doctor Strange multiverse movie.
Okay.
Yeah. And not only that image of Tobey Maguire showing up, but also an image of Andrew Garfield in a black Spider-Man suit.
What did you guys think about those movies?
The Amazing Spider-Man? I thought they were okay.
I didn't watch any.
I didn't think they were
Andrew
great.
Garfield movies.
Then shut up, Jason. I'm just kidding.
No, they it definitely didn't hit as good as Tom Holland. Definitely wasn't as good as Tobey. But if they would have continued with him, I wouldn't have been against it. It just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
I liked Tom Holland a lot more than I do Andrew Garfield. But if they would have continued with Andrew, I wouldn't have hated it. I just wouldn't have enjoyed it as much as I do now.
I have a particular view of Spider-Man in my eyes, and that comes from the Spectacular Spider-Man series.
Yeah.
That used to
TV, the cartoon?
Yeah.
I loved that cartoon.
Oh my god, it was so good. It had
the best theme.
Yes! I was about to say that. I had the most killer theme song. Living on the edge, fighting crime, slinging webs.
Another thing I wanted to tell you guys too, which I actually thought was pretty cool. At the Marvel Land at Disneyland, they have a plaque. They have a plaque that states that the world that you're walking into is a cross between multiple different dimensions of people.
That's sick.
Which is so with
is
that
Deadpool
plaque.
Ever going to be walking around?
They might. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna because
they should.
How Deadpool is. They should, but
they should.
Because of that plaque, the way it's worded and from what it states, they can pull in any character that's dead into the series and have them walk around the park. They can pull in any Marvel character they want ever, even if there's not a movie about them. They can still pull them through. Because of that plaque, it basically states that Marvel Land. It's canon, and it's very weird because it's a multiverse. It's collective of all bunch of multiverse. And the Guardians of the Galaxy ride?
Yes.
They did a new artwork and paint job around the ride that is the... I forgot what it's called, but it's an effect that an old comic artist would use in the Marvel series when he worked with Stan Lee. It was these bubble-looking... shapes to simulate either electricity or rips in space and time, and all around circling the Guardians of the Galaxy ride is that bubble, that rip in the rift.
That's cool.
Because the backstory now is the reason why that building's there. It's because the collector wanted to show his collection to as much people as possible, so he jumped through a dimension so he can collect more dimensional items in a theme park.
Huh.
And so that's why that's there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's real neat.
It's nice. Since we're talking about Marvel and stuff,
yeah,
I want to chime in on. I've been playing Marvel: The Avengers again.
Yeah,
and I mean, Same old.
Same.
Like, for the most part, I'm going through the same old maps. Just, like, with new people.
Yeah.
But, interesting news on it. Apparently, when it first came out, they were like, Spider-Man will be in the game. Only for PlayStation users, though.
Why?
Sony just trying to chime in and, like, sell more PlayStations.
Yeah.
You know, and it made me so mad when I found that out, because I'm like, are you guys seriously going to hide the best character behind a $500 paywall right now?
Yeah.
Seriously? For what?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to switch over. Nobody's playing your game anyway. Yeah. You should just release them for free. But you know what the fucking saddest part is? They haven't even released them yet. This was announced at the very launch of the game.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they have not added a single thing or update
That's
about
horrible.
Spider-Man being in this game a year and a half almost later.
That's horrible. The other thing with Sony too is the Web Slinger store at Disneyland. 80% of anything sold with Spider-Man's face on it goes to Sony. 80% of that profit.
They are really like
they're milking.
I mean,
that
to
boy.
be fair, they only have this license for so long now.
Do they? I thought they constantly
Did
had
they
it.
renew it? Because they made it.
Yeah,
oh
no,
wait, that's why Spider-Man PS4.
Yeah.
Because like once they remake something after, like when the contract's being over and they haven't used the character in a long time.
Yeah.
Fucking boot something out.
Yeah, and it resets their contract. And the whole other thing too is they had signed a contract with Disney, basically a perma contract that they can use. Disney can use Spider-Man basically almost as much as they want, but 80% of the profit with Spider-Man's face goes to them.
Yeah.
And 20% Disney keeps.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's almost.
And if they were to make a Spider-Man movie, Disney has to pay all the profits to produce the movie. And then, like, Sony gets like a 60% cut of, like, box office or something like that.
Square Enix apparently signed a contract with Marvel to make games with them.
That's
for a while.
Interesting.
And, well, like, that's the thing. Square Enix was behind the Marvel Avengers game.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But they're going to be behind the Guardians of the Galaxy game coming here in the future. Which I'm going to buy.
Another...
Go for it.
Can we get another Ultimate Alliance game?
Honestly, seriously.
Ultimate Alliance.
That game was so good.
Oh, too good, some would say.
Yeah, too good.
I think they did,
dude, I always
actually,
loved
Jason. I think they came out with an Ultimate Alliance 3.
They might have.
I'm kidding.
It's on Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
Ew! No, I'm just kidding.
I think. Look it up. Fact check me. Quick.
Oh, we're all doing this? Okay.
Quick. Fact check me.
Hold on. I got it.
I gotta be wrong.
Ultimate Alliance 3. Yeah. Ultimate Alliance 3 Nintendo
the
Switch.
Black Order.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin was right. Look, there's Spider-Man right there. Look at that guy.
Yeah. Okay.
2019, yeah.
So that's the thing, is Sony doesn't really have... I don't think they have the rights completely. I think Disney owns the rights because he's a Marvel character. But because of Sony's contract...
Sony owns the name.
The name.
Yeah. Sony, when they had talked with
But they
Stanley,
don't own the character.
No, they do. They owned everything of just Spider-Man.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, because Stanley sold all rights to Spider-Man to Sony.
Wait, that
specifically him.
So, that's how they got that. Why would he? That's his favorite Marvel.
He did that. He had done that because he was given so many benefits to the movies and to like the direction everything would go. Basically, it was like Sony. I think the deal that Sony had with Stan Lee was like, give us full rights to the character, but you do whatever you want with him. In the sense of, we will pay for this movie, but you tell us how you want the movie made. Like that kind of stuff. Like if they were to go a certain direction with Spider-Man, they consult Stan Lee first before they continue. That's how it would work. But since Stan Lee passed away and they no longer have that contract with him because he is no longer with us, rest in peace, Stan Lee. But that's why they're kind of doing whatever they want with Spidey-Man right now.
Well, like I think they only own like merch and movie rights is what I'm reading right now. Like they own film rights and merch rights.
Well, even that's still most of it.
but they don't own like the character. They just own like they get like you were saying, they get a percentage.
Yeah.
But they don't own him.
I get you.
Like that's why he's in the Nintendo Switch exclusive.
Ultimate Alliance
3.
Okay. When this first started happening, I remember seeing something about like Sony has to continuously keep using the character, or they would lose him.
Yeah, you have to use him so many times. Woohoo! That's cool.
My Villain Academia is the next episode of My Hero Academia.
That's dope.
What up?
But jumping back to Disneyland, because talking about go ahead.
They need to hire actors that look like Stanley just to walk around Disneyland.
I don't know about that. That'd probably be a really poor taste.
Make him dress up like all those little cameos he does in all the movies.
People would probably hate it, dude. They'd be like, "What the fuck's the matter with you?"
You never know, dude. People are weird.
It's like dressing up as Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee.
In any Halloween party.
But jumping back to Disneyland real quick, the Star Wars land. You know the time frame that area takes place in, right?
No.
After Empire?
It takes place during the sequels.
Ew. Okay.
So, what do you think about this? They've talked about doing this, but they're very unsure on going the direction because they've built the land to take place after the sequels, but because of its popularity, The Mandalorian, they've considered getting a Mandalorian outfit and having somebody walk around with the Mandalorian with a Baby Yoda. With a Baby Yoda animatronic.
No, I really wouldn't care because it's supposed to like capture everything about Star Wars. Yeah. I say they should have all time periods.
Like, okay, you wouldn't think that's like this is out of place or something like that.
If they were to just like put like the cantina from Mos Eisley next to like a fucking base from Hoth, and then next to like Jabba's palace, right? Like in the park, that would be a little fucked.
I get you, but the oh nice, but the so the biggest make sure you maneuver your controller a bit so you don't cancel out, but
yeah,
the I think one of the coolest things about that area though is like there's a lot of lore. There's a lot of lore in that part of the park. Like it's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah. Like of course there's gonna be. It's
well, like it's a lot of hidden lore, hidden stuff, and it's really neat. Like,
well, what stood out to you a lot that you were just like, whoa.
One more time, Jason.
What stood out to you, like the hidden or whatever, that just made you go like, whoa, like this is awesome.
Just one little so there's a couple things. One of the coolest things that I thought was really neat. There's a water fountain that you can go to. And, like, at random times when you go to drink from the fountain, the water that's going into the fountain, you see an animatronic eye, like, come out, like some kind of creature, and it's supposed to be the creature that's inside the trash compactor.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's what's supposed to be in the water. Cute. But there's another thing that I had learned the other day, which was actually kind of interesting. There is a character in the old original trilogy that was just in the background of the cantina that they had made a action figure with, and I guess like the action figure's head was kind of like messed up or whatever. So when they had built a certain store, they did a throwback to that action figure that was made back in like the 80s.
Yeah. And
it's like in the background of the store, just standing there, and it's real neat.
That's cool.
Like just little details like that. But then like they have a lot of interaction, like with the characters and whatnot, and like that. So the Star Wars Galaxy Edge is actually the only place where you can experience cast members being mean to you. And what I mean by that is like when you go on Galaxy's Edge, they're like mean. They get told, you're supposed to be characters working for the Empire and you're trying to bring these people in to interrogate them. Like that's your character. Roll with it. And so like they're in your face. Like apparently my little sister was telling me that when she had went onto the ride, they were walking around and there was this like group of girls like laughing, and like three people that were like running the ride like got up in their faces like, what's so funny, what do you think you're doing, getting up in their shit, like, and it's because they're told to do that. And I find that's really neat. It's a different take because you don't expect to encounter that at Disneyland,
which is cool.
Yeah, it's real cool. And like they immerse you so well into this ride. Like did you ever meet Niecy and Kyle, Devin's brother and sister-in-law? No. But Devin was telling me that like Kyle's face so they walked onto the ship. It simulates, you guys getting shot at and then tractor beam. And then the same doors you had walked onto the ship open up and you're in a completely different space. The same doors that you walked into that you're now walking out of is a completely different area. And like he just was mind blown. Like his face was like, where did everything go? Why are we here all of a sudden? Like what happened? It was just insane.
Dope. Speaking of like interactive theme parks, the Hollywood's Universal Studio.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Hollywood. I think it might be.
Jason left. Oh, I think no. Why'd Jason leave? What are you doing? What happened?
Universal Studio, either in Florida
if I hear you
or
both
California.
go quiet, I just leave the party.
Oh, okay.
I figured that'll make a notification.
Oh, okay.
Either California or Florida, they have a Super Nintendo Land.
Yeah.
Part of it
now.
Which is like the Mushroom Kingdom, right? They have that space. But like they have Koopas walking around, they have Goombas, they have a mushroom cafe, like for the mushroom, like the toadstools.
Yeah.
And like there's this like virtual chef that'll make your dishes and they'll come out and you like
that's really cool.
pick what you want. And you have like this bracelet on you and it's like a little watch, but you can like punch these blocks that are going to be above you.
The question blocks.
Through, and they'll give you coins, but you can spend those coins to get food and stuff.
Yeah. See, it's really neat. Disneyland has something similar, but it's not in the same aspect of like physical item.
Yeah.
So, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, with the ride that you drive the Millennium Falcon and control like the guns and the shields and whatnot. Mm-hmm. That ride, at the end of it, you get shown like how much credits you guys ended up getting away with or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess there's a QR code or some kind of code you type into your app, and it puts those credits and stores those credits onto your app. And you can use those credits to get specific things on your app that correspond with the land and like mess with stuff. Which is kind of neat, but you can't. It's not actual currency like what you were talking about with Super Nintendo Land.
Yeah,
it's completely different.
They're also gonna have they're adding a Green Hill Zone.
Yeah,
it's from Sonic, and they're gonna make it super accurate. They're gonna have like loop-de-loops and rides and stuff.
Yeah,
and I'm excited to see what else they're gonna be putting in there. Cause can you like imagine this like all-out Smash Brothers ride?
Dude, I know.
Where you're like on
the immersion that theme parks are doing now are insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting really cool.
When you're on like whatever that racing map on Smash Brothers, can you imagine like flying with the camera?
Rainbow Lane or something?
Yeah, flying with the camera.
That'd be insane.
Through that, like watching people fight. That'd be sweet.
That would be sweet. And friggin' like the immersion in like some of these places have like like the Harry Potter land at Universal Studios. They have interactive wands that you can buy, and so when you walk around the park, you wave your wand a certain way, and like certain things happen. That's a really good idea. That's super cool. And like I love little things like that, little hidden things that they have around. Like I don't know, you didn't get to experience it because I didn't think about it when we went. But next time when we go to Disneyland, the island, Tom Sawyer's Island, that's in the middle of that lake. You didn't get to go on there when we went there. We're going to go check that out. There's an area that you walk around in, Pirates Cove.
Yeah.
And it's like a whole bunch of like treasure and like Pirates Caribbean themed stuff.
Yeah.
I know you haven't seen Pirates Caribbean, but the point of Pirates Caribbean Dead Man's Chest, Davy Jones has a chest that he cut his heart out and put his heart in. And so he's basically immortal because of it, because it's like hexed or cursed or whatever.
Yeah.
But in doing so, you're forced to be captain of the Flying Dutchman, and you get all these things. But the curse to doing that is you have to offer so many souls, like, in a lifetime, otherwise you become fish people. And of course he couldn't keep it, and he ended up becoming the first fish person and ended up just going crazy. Anyway, speaking of that chest, in the movie you can hear his heartbeat inside the chest, you know, to represent that he's still alive and yada yada. On Pirate's Cove, when you walk into one of the caves, you see the chest and you hear the heartbeat, and if you put your hand on the chest, you hear Davy Jones talk and you can feel the heartbeat in the chest. Like, it's cool. Freaking insane. I was like, that's so neat.
That's cool.
Just little stuff like that.
That's
really
super
neat.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I love immersion. It's so cool. And I'm telling you, dude, you didn't get to experience it because they were going on a refurbishment. Sea of Thieves, when you go on to Pirates Caribbean, you're going to be doing what I was doing. This is just like Sea of Thieves. Like, dude, it's so accurate.
At that point.
Like,
it's going to be an ongoing thing.
Dude, it's so accurate, and you have no idea.
I know it's pretty.
When you guys get there and go on the ride, you have to say this is just like Sea of Thieves. And just yell at the people the whole time.
Dude, we're gonna record. I'll record that ride, and we're just gonna say that the entire time.
Every ride I was on, I would like make jokes, and everybody would like crack up. Like the Indiana Jones ride we were on malfunctioned, and ended up.
Just to stop access OD. He ate half of Dad's.
Oh no, he's not OD.
No, he's shaking, he's moving,
Yeah.
and his eyes are fucking
Yeah,
dying.
he's okay.
No, he threw up as well.
Yeah, he's gonna be okay.
No, not to me, he's not.
Anyway, I know it's pretty late in the podcast. How's your guys' take going?
It's going pretty good.
Yeah? Anything new happen?
No.
You good?
Nothing?
No, I think we're okay. We kind of got our opinions out there on Genie. Like, I'm still kind of indifferent about it. I guess I will have a final opinion on it myself if I test it out while we're there. But other than that, I missed the fast passes. I loved it. It was a good experience. Like, that's what I'm gonna say. Like, overall on this whole topic.
I'm excited. Yeah. I'm a little frustrated at the money hungriness, but it's okay. We're gonna have a good time anyway.
Yeah. All right.
Well, that's been it for this episode of the Pipeline Podcast, I guess.
Yeah, we're all late. Good. Stay tuned, and I'm going to say the video is probably out mid-September for the Disney stuff.
Just before we end, happy birthday, Ryland. Thank you, you beautiful son of a bitch, for staying till the end of the video. I do this for you.
Good night, guys.
Good night.